Hey guys, what's up? Um, Massa Newsflash, number five. It's Phoebe once again, always the same. Your most preferred host, I guess. And today we're going to give you a couple of DWeb updates. I'm going to give like 10 to 15 seconds for the people who are tuning in live to tune in. But yeah, I hope your week is going to go well. And hi from the chat. And yeah, I'm just excited to kind of share the news that we have for you today, and to give you some more visibility on what's been happening the past 2 weeks and what's going to happen. So without further ado, hi guys, hi in the chat. I hope you're well. Let me know if you're a builder, if you're a partner. I'm really interested. And so yeah, DWeb Massive Flash number 5. Okay, so last week I shared with you a couple of updates, things we were working on, things that were still in development. So globally, the new smart contracts have been merged, and they're deployed on the BuildNet. The CLI interface, command line interface, has been updated and is undergoing, developer testing right now. The server update on the D website is it needs to be changed to fit the new smart contract. So yeah, it's supposed to be probably going to be merged by this week. Other than that, there's still the Tor and DeWeb article that's going on that I'm writing. I'm having a hard time deciding if it's going to be like something really complete or something like more synthetic. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see on I guess where my research leads me to. And finally, the next big week, Apéro DeFi. So actually, there's a problem right here. It's not on the 28th, it's on the 24th of October. I know we shared the event in the Twitter, on Discord, and stuff like that. So if you're in Paris and you want to tune in, come and say hi to some team members, talk about DeWeb, talk about decentralized clouds, talk about censorship resilient infrastructure, and how blockchain can really have like a useful impact, a big application. Just come in, pop in, and I'm sure we'll be glad to discuss with you. And I know that 2 weeks ago I said what you can expect for the mainnet launch, but now this is going to be kind of a call to all the community members as to what you can expect before the mainnet launch. So as you know, we've been working on the smart contract, the CLI, and the server, and there has been some big changes, changes that address the fact that you needed to sign multiple times when uploading, changes concerning the cost of editing websites, and overall the security, the resilience, and the scalability of the smart contract, and also how it's going to work. We've changed languages. We went from a Go CLI to a TypeScript CLI. So we're going to have the community, the developers, the ecosystem members kind of test this internally and give us their feedback. And yeah, I'm really excited to tell you all about it. And there's going to be some special videos to explain the changes, probably special communications geared directly towards the community members. Because of course we want to, ship a product that you like, of course. And yeah, this is a kind of like a public call. If you have community applications, landing pages, clients, stuff that you want to be hosted on the DWeb during the mainnet launch, you can directly contact me at Telegram, and we can talk about what your tech stack is, what your needs are, and how these different applications can be integrated into the DWeb. If you have any questions, I'm always here to answer them. And of course, if you have like any ideas, any needs, just feel free to shoot a text. I also want to share with you the design phase we've started doing, and that's more regarding the post mainnet launch. So as you know, in our roadmap, we have the Open DeWeb to All milestone. And this essentially is going to be a user-friendly Web 2 and Web 3 interface where you're going to be able to access the dashboard. So that's going to be like upload and manage and register websites. And you're going to be able to test them and deploy them on the DWeb, testing with BuildNet wallets and then importing your mainnet wallets, of course. And there's going to be a navigating DWeb search page. So this is in relations with the whole, I guess, discussions around the registries and categories and stuff like that, and how you're going to access the web. Because for us, the main goal is to ship a product. I mean, a product, an idea. Uh, you know, this immutable website hosting solution that's decentralized and accessible. I know these are two big things that we're aiming for this project, and we want to do them right, and we're going to do them right. So yeah, these are going to be our main guidelines: decentralization and accessibility. Because the DWeb isn't only for Web 2, it's also for Web 3. It's for anybody who kind of has ever used a hosting platform and wants and needs secure, resilient, decentralized applications. It's for public utility companies who like need really, really secure front ends. And it's also for like any decks that have been affected by DNS hijacking. It's also any decks that needs a front end security. Ooh, I know it sounds crazy that we're still fighting against these like front end hacks and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm going off script. But yeah, DWeb, decentralization and accessibility for Web 2 and Web 3, converting, adopting, and consolidating. And finally, to kind of conclude, 1, 2, 3, to kind of conclude this talk, we've been right here for quite some time now, and we're really sorry for the delays, but I think the more you delay, the better the product is going to be, and we're really confident in this, and we're confident that we're going to be able to ship something that's going to last a very, very long time. So yeah, concerning the roadmap, you can expect beginning of Q4, DWeb mainnet. Gonna really work our marketing strategy. Gonna see it on a long term kind of thing. Probably gonna start a partnership outreach program where we're gonna try to talk to, I guess, talk to projects, organizations who deal with censorship issues or freedom of internet, stuff like that. And yeah, it's going to be a big project. I'm really excited about it. And of course, Q4, the design phase we've started to do, which is opening the DWeb to all. We have this community call, of course, super secret DWeb projects. We haven't started working on it yet. I mean, we know what we want to do, but we're just thinking about different integrations and how we can make it a fun little super cool Easter egg, I guess, for those of you who play video games. But yeah, and as you see right here, the easy website uploader and DWeb search page, that's all going to be packaged in the DWeb homepage. Now, of course, just to go back to this diagram, you know, you're going to be able to access this through the homepage, but you're, of course, going to be able to access it without the homepage. If you're a developer, you don't really need an interface. You can just do this with the CLI, and you can do this by launching your local DWeb browser. So yeah, once again, centralization, not our thing. We're all about decentralization and accessibility, and how finally we can kind of do the best and like offer an application that kind of changes the codes in that regard. So yeah, sorry, I kind of went off track, but yeah. So I'm reading the questions now. From 3615 radio. Apelodify is on the 24th. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, there was a little miscommunication on my side concerning the dates. Hi, IT writer, Omer. I hope you're all good. Hope you're all doing good. How does okay. So That's an interesting question. How do we plan to popularize the adoption of DeWeb among non-technical users? Okay, so that's a really interesting question. I actually did some research about it last week. So essentially, the reason why popular platforms are popular today is because of user adoption and user consolidation. So essentially, a technology becomes popular, and there is an adoption phase. And then, in order to retain people on these platforms like social media, there is a consolidation phase. So essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to onboard people on this DWeb homepage application, and we're going to make it like a Web 2 kind of flow. We really want it to not be scary and intimidating for other people. And so once we have this application interface that's Web 2 friendly, so people know how to use it, um, we're going to consolidate it, which means that we're going to integrate different microservices into it. For example, the DWeb is going to be connected to automation because maybe you'd like to have an automized trading bot, something like that, and you need to have a DWeb hosted front end interface. So that, of course, can be one of the answers to that question. But I think all in all, this question of adoption of the DWeb is also linked to the question of adoption of blockchain technology and essentially asking the question, can we make blockchain technology popular in places where it's not popular? I think the answer is education, user friendliness, just being out there and talking to people, telling them like, hey, I know this may seem scary, but really it's not that scary. Here, let me show you. So yeah, I think it's a multiple step process to clearly onboard people, and I hope that was enough. I don't know, and yeah, um, I'm gonna. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of people connected. It's kind of nice to see. Of course, this is gonna be a free. I mean, this is gonna be on our YouTube channel as a replay. If you have any questions, I think I'm gonna stay here for 2 minutes. I'm gonna, close my camera and stuff, so it's not just like a statue. But if there are any questions within the next 2 minutes, I'll just pop back on screen and yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna cut my camera, and if not, in 2 minutes, we should end the stream. Amazing work, thank you. I know I recognize you from a couple group chats, um, and I know that you're a very active community member. So, I mean, amazing work, but thank you for being implicated. Thank you for believing in what we do. I know it's really important to have this kind of support, and thanks for sharing the vision. The decentralized mass app first, and decentralization is our priority, and that's always going to stay. That's always going to be true, and that's why we're working on these different subjects like DWeb and automation. So thank you, and thanks to everybody who's also part of the community, just lurking. Will Masa be listed on Binance? I don't know. I don't have any info on listings currently. I think that's more upper level, but if you want to ask, I just ask on the Telegram chat, I believe. I know the founders. Daniel also answers a lot. Seb does too. So yeah, sorry for not being able to give you information. Is there a plan for a user-friendly Web 2 to Web 3 transition tool and GUI? So yeah, there is a plan. There is a plan actually, Mr. Mass. So as you can see on screen, this is kind of like the broad design strokes for this transition tool. So the Web 2 user or Web 3, they're going to be able to access different DWeb services through the homepage. And essentially, it's going to be a dashboard and a search page, and they're going to be like very friendly. No wallet needed at first, especially for the search. For the dashboard and the whole upload flow, we're thinking of abstracting as much as possible the Web 2, the Web 3 components, and just being bringing a very very important education step. Um, when it's time to upload, when it's time to get your first private keys and secret keys, when it's time to get your first amount of mess, we're thinking of different solutions that are not only, sex indexes. So these are like all ongoing conversations, but as I said, decentralization and accessibility is our priority. Woo. So yeah, there are plans for that. And you know what? I might even try to post it on the forum because I think a lot of ideas can come from the community. So I guess you can expect that during the week. And yeah, maybe just gonna stick one more minute, and then we can wrap it up. Thanks for connecting, and it's always a pleasure. I guess I'll see you next week. Next week, a little bit before Halloween. For those of you who celebrate it, for those of you who don't, oh, actually, in 2 weeks it's going to be after Halloween. My bad. So I hope you guys have a good Halloween. As you see, I did a orange background in the spirit of course. Maybe for Christmas there'll be some snow, stuff like that. Um, and yeah, I think that's it. We can wrap it up. Thanks everybody for connecting, and it was a great, nice time talking to you. And I'll see you in 2 weeks.